By the end of today's episode, you'll understand why talent alone won't get you hired and what works instead. Welcome to the Actor's Career Compass, where we help aspiring screen actors find high-quality auditions, sign with great agents, and book major roles in legit productions. I'm your host, Martin Benson, and today I'll be covering why talent is not the deciding factor in casting, what actually makes casting directors say yes, and how to position yourself as someone they trust. So here's the thing. If talent were enough, you'd probably already be booking more work. There's thousands of talented actors. Really talented, strong performances, great instincts, solid training, and yet most of them are not working consistently. So what's missing? Well, it's not more talent. It's trust. Casting is a risk management process. Every time a casting director brings someone in for an audition or hires them, they are putting their reputation on the line with producers, directors, and networks. So they're not asking who's the most talented. Instead, they're actually asking, who can I count on to deliver exactly what we need with no surprises? So how do you actually build trust? Well, it's about the image you're presenting. There's 4 key factors. First is your footage. This is one of the biggest trust builders. Casting directors don't want to guess what you can do. Instead, they want to just see it. They don't want to have to use their imagination. If your clips are clearly showing you playing specific types of roles well, in footage that looks very similar to the style of what they're casting for, well, you're going to reduce risk immediately because they can literally see you playing the role that they're casting for in something that looks almost exactly like the show or film that they're casting. And that's why vague or low-quality footage tends to hurt you. It creates doubt in their minds and makes them wonder, what would you be like on a more professional set? They don't know, so there's no trust there. Now, the second thing is your credits. Even small ones matter. A co-star role, a solid independent project, a well-produced student film. These all show that other people have trusted you before, and that matters. It's basically social proof, kind of like reviews on Yelp, right? It tells casting this person has done these things at least once already, and someone out there trusted them enough to hire them. Now, the third thing that builds trust is your relationships. This is one of those bigger multipliers. When someone in the industry knows you, or they've worked with you, or have even had a few positive interactions with you over time, you're no longer a stranger. And people are going to hire people that they know, or people that come highly recommended. And this is why 2 actors who have the same talent level can have completely different careers, because it's all about who knows them better. Finally, your consistency. Now, this one is subtle, but it is powerful. If you show up professionally, you communicate clearly, you follow directions and auditions, and you keep improving your materials, you're going to start to build a really good reputation. And if you consistently submit auditions that show what they want, sure, you might not get hired immediately, but within a few months of seeing you over and over again in different self-tapes, the casting director is going to start to trust you enough to book you. I literally saw this happen in a negative way for an actor. It was very, very sad. Here's what happened. So he was doing great for a period of time. He had the footage, the credits, and the connections, and he had a great agent and manager. He got his first audition from a show called Elsbeth, and that audition he did really, really well. He didn't book it, but the casting director did invite him to another audition. Unfortunately, he didn't book that second audition, and his performance was actually not as good in that second audition. He then got another audition for Elsbeth, and unfortunately, again, he did not perform well in it. And then he never got another audition from that casting director. Now, from the casting director's perspective, it was kind of like at first, like, hey, this is an interesting actor. Let's give him some more audition shots and see if he can consistently do a great job. Now, that was after the first audition where he did well. After the second audition, it was like, well, maybe he just messed up this one time. Let me try one more audition for him. Let's see how he does. Hopefully he does better. And then in that next third audition where he failed a second time, at that point, the casting director says to themselves, I guess he's not ready for this level of performance yet. Those small impressions do add up, and casting remembers you. Now, here's the thing. If you focus only on getting better at acting, but you ignore the other areas that I outlined earlier, your career can stall for years because you're improving something that casting can't fully see or trust yet. And that's why your materials are so important, because they let casting directors literally see what you're able to do. You don't want to be the actor who's really, really good, but rarely ever called in, right? You don't want to start feeling overlooked in the industry. That causes frustration and confusion, just very stressful. Especially when, in reality, the missing piece was never talent in the first place. It was about proof and trust. So what should you do starting now? Make sure that you have at least 2 or 3 strong clips on your profile that ideally look like they're straight out of a real TV show. You can learn more about our work shooting scenes for actors at cinematicstudios.com. It's like the word scene, S-C-E-N-E, and then matic, so like cinematic, so cinematicstudios.com. Your clips should clearly show your types and look extremely professional, like they're out of TV. Now, you should actively submit for roles that can give you even small speaking credits, and start building relationships in a simple, consistent way. Use emails, follow-ups, stay in touch with people over time. That's essentially how you build those connections that can eventually either offer you opportunities or put in a good word of mouth so that you have more trust when someone else, like a casting director, is considering you. Because talent gets you ready, but trust, that's what gets you hired. Well, thanks for listening. Now, if you found this podcast helpful, I would really appreciate if you could leave a review, as it helps more actors find the podcast as well. Just go to ratethispodcast.com/actor success. And if you ever want personalized help with building trust and growing your overall acting career, you can learn more at martinbenson.com/coaching. That's MartinBenTsen. So martinbenson.com/coaching. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.